you guys? This is your girl JT. Y'all, I'm super excited to do this whole new YouTube channel dealing specifically with videography. If you are one of my subscribers from my previous YouTube channel, what's good? Hold on, y'all, I'm tired. I was doing a lot of moving around, trying to angle this camera. I'm tired. Hold on, y'all. But yeah, like I said, I'm super duper excited to do this YouTube channel for videography. Like, it really makes me smile. Like, I'm super excited because so if you are new to my channel, like you've never seen me ever day in your life, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is JT. I go by different names or whatever, but being that this is specifically my videography channel, I want to be known as JT. I have a videography business by the name of JT Visuals, and JT is the first two initials of my middle and of my first and my middle last name put together, and that's how you get JT Visuals. So how JT Visuals kind of came about, I started the videography back in college, and when I was trying to pick a name at the time, being that videography is what I consider mainly like a male dominant industry, I didn't want people to automatically know that it's a female behind the lens. If you knew, if you knew me before, then you know it's a female. But usually some people who don't know me, when they see JT Visuals, you kind of assume that it's a guy. So that's kind of how that kind of came about. And the reason why I named it JT Visuals too is the fact that I want to be chosen because of my talent and my skills, not because, oh, she's a female, I'm gonna pick her because she's a female. I want to be chosen because of my talent. So that's why my logo looks the way it looks. It doesn't look girly at all. Like, if I could have chose any girly colors, I would have chose like purple or pink or something. But when I had my graphic designer to make my logo, I told her, no girly color, just make it, just make it. So I told her with that. But so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. This first video is, dang, what is this first video? What I call it? How to become a videographer. So I always get a lot of questions about how I became a videographer, and everyone's transition and their story is a lot different. But I at least have, sorry, I gotta keep looking at my phone. That's how I have to do this stuff. So yeah, you guys, I have at least about 5 steps on how to become a videographer. There's really no right or wrong way on how to become a videographer. These are just the steps that worked for me, and I hope that it does help people. Like I said, everyone's transition, their story is different. But being that I've been a videographer for at least about 4.5 years, about 4 years, November 2020 will make it 5. I at least wanted to kind of share my steps and my stories and everything. So first thing about really kind of trying to be a videographer is to identify your why. Like, why do you want to become a videographer? I know for me, it just kind of happened for me. It just kind of happened. So I just feel like people should identify your why. Like, for me, the reason why I became a videographer first starting off in college was simple. It was a side hustle, get a little extra money. So that's why I became a videographer. So if you are thinking about becoming a videographer, or just identify your why. I feel like with anything, you have to identify your why as far as like what is your purpose in it, or what exactly you want to do. Some people say, I just want to get some little quick money. That's cool too. Some people may say, well, I'm taking a class for it in school, this, that, and the third. That's cool too. So just mainly identify your why as to why you want to major in it. Step 2, if you are thinking about becoming a videographer, a lot of people say, well, how do I get my equipment? What do I edit off of? Where do I get this, that, and the third? Use your resources. Use your resources. And by resources, I mean, for me, how did I label this? So as far as use your resources for equipment-wise, I remember when I did start videography, I didn't have nothing to edit off of. Like, okay, so I had a laptop, and it was like a HP old laptop, and the only thing I had was Movie Maker, and I would use that just to kind of get me out, just for a start. But eventually I knew that, hey, let me see if I can use something else. And at my school that I graduated from, we had like a Mac lab, and the Apple computers, the desktop was actually open to the students. So whenever I would record any of my videos, whether it was off my phone or my camera, I would go to the Mac lab and I would edit off iMovie and things like that. So that's an example of using your resources. It was free to the students and everything. So if you are a college student, or if you have a friend or anybody, just definitely use your resources, especially if you're just now starting off. Another thing of using your resources as far as equipment wise. So if you try to look for a camera, my best bet would just try, especially if you're new starting off, like if you don't have all the money to get that expensive $1,600 camera. You know, you definitely want to try things like, you know, was it the pawn shop? I know I got my camera from the pawn shop. You can try things like OfferUp, Let Go, Facebook Market, maybe even a professor that's on campus who is a photographer. There are a lot of photography classes that are offered on college campuses, so you know, look into that with the professor. Also, DM your favorite videographer. I have quite a few favorite videographers, but as far as my resources, I knew a videographer as well, and I knew a photographer, so I would just ask different people who I know that was already in that industry as far as like, hey, you know, what are some good cameras just to kind of start off, this and the third. So definitely use your resources just for that. Y'all, so this video is not going to be too long because I actually have a meeting at 2 o'clock and it's 1:22, so I'm gonna definitely get onto that. One more thing too, I forgot, when you are using your resources, if you do decide, hey, I want to buy a new camera, just do your research before you go ahead and put your money down for the new camera. If I was thinking about buying a brand new camera, the place I would definitely look into is probably Best Buy, in my personal opinion. That's just me, because I always go to Best Buy anyway, and I always research the equipment right before I buy it. They also let you know, allow you to, you know, touch the camera, play with it a little bit. At Best Buy, at least the Best Buy uptown. I don't know about other Best Buys, but look at the Best Buy, subscribe to like their mailing list, because sometimes even Best Buy may have a sale going on, or they'll let you know if a camera, you know, prices went down. It also depends on the camera, the type of camera that you're interested into. So if you're interested in something like Sony, I know Sony does a lot of things where they'll market the camera will they'll say this camera's like $300 off, or you save this much money. So just subscribe to companies' mailing list as another resource. Step 3. So when you are looking at a camera, whether it is a used camera or a new camera, regardless, identify your budget. It doesn't matter. It just does not matter. You just have to identify your budget. I remember when I was looking at a camera. So the first thing I did when I was trying to find a camera, first I kept saying, Jewel, how much, you know, are you able to save? I knew if I saved something like $120, I wouldn't really get the type of camera that I really need or wanted, so I had to kind of up my budget. But I knew my budget was probably the max budget was like $500. That's my max. And if I didn't go over my budget, I was like, okay, I'm good. But just identify a budget, and the $500 is for a used camera. Now, if I'm doing something like a new camera, my budget would probably have to be $1,600 just for a new camera, just to get everything that you need. So that's the thing I would say, definitely identify your budget. So by identifying my budget, I also had to save back. Oh, I said save back. I had to cut back, and I had to save money. Just some things for me on how I save money. I had to identify where does majority of my money go to. For some people, it is their bills. You can't cut back on your bills. You have to pay your bills, you know, that. But for me, at the time when I was a college student, I would spend my money on bundles, you know, weave, hair, like I got now. But I'm an adult, so I have more management as far as my money than I did in college. But I had to stop spending my money on hair, you know, bundles, getting my hair done. Like, I was rocking my natural for quite a few months, and I felt like that was like a little bit of my struggle stage, because I got my hair, it'll be cute sometimes, and then, you know, I would play with my natural a little bit, but your girl prefers braids, bundles, you know, this, that, and the third. So I definitely had to cut back on some things where a lot of my money was going towards too. Some people cut back maybe, oh, with fast food, it may be this, that, and the third, going to the movies, just whatever where you're spending a lot of your money at. If you definitely cut back, you would definitely see an increase in your income. Like, I promise you, it definitely works when you cut back on things. And since getting the camera, so the camera that I got is actually right here. I actually had got the Canon Rebel T5, and I got it from a pawn shop for $400. The best thing about getting the camera from the pawn shop, I was able to do like a layaway plan. So I didn't pay $400 all at once. Like I said, I was a college student. I didn't have it all. So I was able to make payments on my camera. So making payments on my camera, I was able to, you know, be able to pay it off, still save money while I'm making payments on this camera. And yeah, so I was happy when I first got my camera. So step four on how to become a videographer. Step 4 that helped me, and this helped me in a major way, shadow a videographer / photographer. Even if you just want to strictly do videography, it's still best to shadow a photographer. Or even if you want to do just strictly photography, I think it's still best to shadow a videographer, just for the fact that although I don't really like photography like that, there are some things that I still learned in photography that helps me along with videography. I had 2 friends that I would shadow. I had a friend, his name is Wax, and he's a really popular videographer, photographer in Fayetteville. When he was different, he moved away, and when I would shadow him, he would take me to his music video shoots, the recording sessions with the artists and everything. And I got to shadow him. I even got to shadow him on what he edits with, and a lot of the majority of the time he would edit with like Premiere Pro and everything. So only thing is, Premiere Pro was just a little bit difficult for me to understand. I've edited with Premiere Pro before, but it's not really my preference. But being that I was shadowing him, I got to learn, you know, some things that I liked and what I didn't like in videography / photography. So he definitely helped me with that. Another person who I did shadow is my friend Demi. He's a photographer, and he actually uses the same camera as I do. So when I told him, I remember when I told him when I was first getting the camera, he said, "Oh sis, that's the same camera that I have." So seeing him use the same camera that I have in a photography way and how his work comes out is just so amazing to me, because I'm like, I like what you do with photography. Me, I don't want to do photography, but I do mainly the videography side, so shadowing him on that aspect was definitely fun, and I was always asking questions and things like that. So definitely shadow somebody, definitely shadow someone. That is a big major step I would definitely say for that. And my last step, step five is build your clientele. So for me, as a college student, when I first started off as videography, this is before the camera. When I was first building my clientele as a college student, I was doing videos off my iPhone. I think I had like the iPhone 6 at the time, so I was recording videos off my phone. Like I was really making promo videos for college students on campus, like the ones who was running for like student leadership positions. I was making their campaign videos. So I was building my clientele before I got my camera, and that's just something I think I would definitely recommend. Build your clientele. Are you right there? What you doing? You messing up my video. I ain't got no shirt on. What you want?
Nothing.
Nothing. You want me over here? Get a shirt on. Go put a shirt on. You can come back down here. Okay. Bye. Also, disclaimer that it's not my child. I don't have any kids, so yeah. But yeah, definitely I would say build your. My advice is to build your clientele before you decide to invest in all this money in your camera equipment, just so that when you are kind of practicing and everything, before you get what exactly you need, you already have some of that clientele there. You already have that clientele there. So my main clientele was mainly the college students on campus, just to start off, and then eventually when I got my camera, come sit over here. And then when I got my camera, my clientele then became like fraternities and sororities at other schools. It became the churches in the area. What are you doing? We're breathing hard. It became the local, your YouTube channel. It's about my YouTube channel right now. It's not about you. It's not about you. Someone support your YouTube channel. We don't even know your YouTube channel. Hey, yeah. So then eventually my clientele became the local churches. It just became different people, different organizations in Fayetteville. So that would definitely be my advice. Build your clientele, and as you build your clientele, you meet different people. I will also try to say, don't just refrain in one category, because like when I built my clientele, I was able to do music videos. I was able to do weddings. What? Boy, I'm in the video. What?
Can I make me some eggs?
No, that requires the stop. No, I'll make you something.
When you done?
Yeah, when I'm done. Interrupt me. Go upstairs. Dang, losing my train of thought. I have kids. That's why I ain't got no kids. Bye.
Okay.
That's why I ain't got no kids, because they do stuff like that. That's why I'm taking you home later. So, losing my train of thought. So yeah, so with building your clientele, you're able to identify the type of videography that you want, that you want to do, or what you're probably best at. Like I've done music videos, I've done interviews for people who, like, well, I'll probably say one of my other biggest interviews that I really still like to this day was when I interviewed the former chancellor at Fayetteville State University. I cannot remember that man's name. It wasn't the chancellor I was in, not that chancellor, y'all, but it was the chancellor, McLeod, him. I interviewed him. I filmed it too and everything. Yeah, I did interviews with him. Another thing to identify. Okay, so when you are doing videography, you definitely want to just identify the type of videography that you want to do. I've done things like music videos. I've done things such as dance videos for different choreographers from different backgrounds and different dance settings. I've done many commercials, as well as event photography, like fashion shows, filmmaking with short films. So when you, like I said, when you are building your clientele and you are working with different people, you just start to identify, okay, I like this type of videography. I don't more so like this type, but I can do it. I know for me, it's a couple favorite things I like in videography, but I can start off with what I really don't like in videography, and I would definitely say it's production. Like when people want me to film like a whole production thing, like as far as, like, say if it's like a show or something, that's really not my favorite thing to do, just because I'm better than that in my personal opinion. Like I'm more than that, or some people may want you to film, like I remember someone contacted me to film them the entire day. I really do not want to hold my camera and film you all day. That's just me personally. I don't like to do it. Now, you know, if I do, I'm gonna have to charge you some coins because you want me to be around you all day, and I don't. Yeah, but that is something I know I at least don't like. As far as what I really do like, I would definitely say I do like commercials. I do like when clients do have a concept to their commercials, and I also love filmmaking. Filmmaking just takes a lot of work, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it once the results are done, and I enjoy it once I learn a lot from it, the positive and the negative. That's why I enjoy it. But yeah, like I said, you guys, this video wasn't gonna be too long. It's almost at 20 minutes, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is JT Visuals Videography channel. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. If I missed the stuff, or if you guys feel like I should have mentioned something, definitely leave that advice for anybody else who is trying to become a videographer. If there's any type of other videos that you guys want to see, let me know. Leave that in the comment section. Please subscribe. And I'm definitely going to try to drop videos every Thursday. So charge it to my head, not my heart. So definitely subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.